Oh my gosh, I just have had the most amazing awareness of possibility over the last couple of days. Like, some things are opening up for me that I have not been willing to consider or think possible for a while. About 10 to 15 years ago, I decided that I wanted to create such a life where I could travel full-time internationally. And recently, and the reason I bring that up is because of the possibility of not having a life where you're tied to what we call the American dream. A full-time job, working 40 plus hours a week, a fancy car, a nice house, all the toys and the bells and the whistles and the extravagance of living an American life. It's the only reason I bring that up, because we sit in this island, our life, we sit in this island of restrictions and have-tos and mental roadblocks, because this is the cookie cutter that we're supposed to be designing, the thing called our life, that we're supposed to fit into the social acceptable norms. But this is not the healthiest way for us to live and exist. This is not the best way to live a fulfilled, peaceful life. We are dying, physically dying, from the stress that our lives put on us. We are physically dying from the mental and emotional roadblocks that we call a fulfilled, healthy life. Money has and is such a high priority for a lot of Americans that we forget about the value of our lives. We forget about the importance of what it means to have a really deeply enjoyable life. And then we put all of these fences and walls and borders up that keep us locked in to the life and the lifestyle that we have created. And what I've realized over the last couple of days, as I've been fighting with this mental roadblock of what is possible, knowing that anything is possible, I'm fighting, or have been fighting, this mental roadblock of what are all the pieces that would need to come into play? What is a long-term plan that I can get behind? And I'm discovering that because of the American lifestyle, I've had to establish these roadblocks and these restrictions simply for survival and existence. But this is not a life of freedom where you can prioritize your health and wellness while also prioritizing a fulfilled life where you can, in fact, take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically. Our food is killing us. When we go to the doctor and we ask for help, they're not counseling us on best practices, health and wellness strategies to implement into our life to offset or overcome the health issues that we're having. We're given a prescription drug. We're being told that it's all in our heads, that what we're feeling isn't real. And we're being given pills and medications that aren't making us better, that most of the time have such negative consequences. There's warnings of suicide, liver failure, digestive problems, issues. And the side effects of using the medications becomes even worse than the actual illness or disease that we're experiencing to begin with. And then we start taking these prescriptions, killing our body in even more ways, and who knows what else the drug companies are putting into the prescriptions. But we're killing ourselves by the food that we eat, by the way that we think about ourselves, the stress in our lives. Stress is one of the number one killers worldwide, the most common killer worldwide, because our body starts to break down because of the stress that we're experiencing. And we call this living the American dream. If we don't change, if our perspective doesn't change, then we will continue to kill ourselves slowly because of the way that we are taking care of our body, voluntarily or involuntarily. And if it's possible to create something different for yourself, scary, terrifying, you don't know all of the answers, you don't know how it's going to work out, do you know how your life is going to work out now? There might be a false sense of security that you're experiencing that tells you you know what's coming, that tells you you know how things are going to work out, that tells you that you're in control. You are not as in control as you might think or believe that you are. It's not true. The only thing you can control is your perspective, how you choose to move forward, where your thoughts are taking and leading you, the goals that you have. The only thing you have control of is what is coming from the inside out. And that was this huge awareness that I had. I just realized these huge opportunities that lie before me, especially with the skills that I have been questioning and wondering whether or not were possible. I now have a seed planted that tells me that what I'm dreaming and thinking of is in fact possible. And it's not possible when I retire. It's not possible when I'm dead. It's not possible in 5, 10, 20 years. It is possible now. People do the things that I'm thinking and dreaming of now. They don't wait until tomorrow. They don't wait until next year. They don't wait until 5 years from now. I have a friend, an associate, and a daughter that are planning the things that I am thinking about and dreaming about. They're going to be doing it this year. They're doing it now. They're not waiting any longer. Why? And some are calling them crazy. You don't know what you're doing. How are you going to survive? How are you going to figure that out? How are you going to figure out everyday life right now? The only thing you have control over is what is coming from the inside out. What do you believe is possible? And if you believe it is possible, why are you not taking the next steps to do it, get there, and be there? I'm telling you what, keep following me, because big changes are coming. And they're coming sooner than I believed was ever possible, because they're possible. They're possible as soon as you make the decision. They are possible. As soon as you make the goal, as soon as you start taking the next steps, they are possible. We are only limited by the beliefs and thoughts we have. We are only as free as the walls we put around ourselves.